NBC Golf Channel on EA Sports, in association with the PGA Tour, proudly presents the second leg of the FedEx.
Oh, it's perfect. That is a huge opening tee shot.
Down, little Sheba. Down! Wow, lucky break right there, Frank.
Well, that's what everyone else is going to say, except him. Great start.
Frank, the best in the game, they like to see a par 5 early. What's the second hole all about?
A couple of bunkers down the right side. This hole was renovated back in 2010. They sort of changed the mounding on the green, took a bunker away on the left, and now that second shot is daunting, even for the best players.
Good tee shot, right in the fairway, and plenty long.
Second shot.
Just a case of a hole suiting the player's eye. Made the birdie yesterday, and he has a good chance to make another one today. No problems early. Looks good.
It does look good. This bodes well. We might be in for a very low round tonight.
Frank, you've talked about this sort of New England feel they gave this golf course when they remodeled it. This is a pretty good example here at the third hole.
Yeah, that stone wall behind just sort of makes the golf course look like it's been there forever. They have tweaked the green a little bit on that left side, created a little bit of a ridge. You can sort of play the ball off that if you know where you're going.
Birdie try up next. And getting ready for the putt. Right off the edge.
Just a fraction softer, then it might have just turned in.
Good effort and good par putt. All right, Frank, now at the fourth hole, this is a chance to flex the muscles. It's a drivable 4.
It is. Well worth the go, but just be careful. If you flare one a little right, just right of those 3 bunkers, there's a little bit of a hazard.
Long drive, but a bad lie.
Wicked.
So in the first cut here, it could be worse. Oh no, look out, Frank. I think he flushed that one.
Oh, this is going, gone.
Just averted danger right there. So close.
Why does he have all the luck? Comfortably knocks it in.
Frank, now a beefed up par 4. This is the 5th, 466 yards long.
Prettiest hole on the golf course. Nice, gentle dogleg left. There's a bunker down the left side about 300 yards, and then there's a run out at 350.
Great way to start a hole, nicely placed in the fairway. So this is where club selection becomes much more important. Uphill, make sure you have enough stick, and then swing away.
Oh, solid strike right in the heart of the green.
Hit it, and he's got it right on track. Now this for birdie, came away with par in the previous round. Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. All right, Frank, now to the sixth hole. It's a 465-yard par 4. What are the keys?
Well, it's framed beautifully by the trees just in front of the tee, so you know exactly where you're trying to go down there. 2 little bunkers on the right if you stray a little right, and if you stray a little left, you might just make it to the water.
Frank, such an advantage when you can hit that far.
It's not fair.
Second shot. Good look at the green. That's well played. Places it about 10 feet out for birdie. Frank going for another birdie here.
Just to get on a real roll.
Continues to amaze. Yet another birdie. And what a day it's been. Frankie, just love the variety of holes here at TPC Boston. Now we get to the 7th. It's a 600-yard par 5.
It looks straight away, but the problem is if you don't hit a good tee shot, then you really have to be aware of that cross bunker. That is one place you don't want to go with your second shot.
Can't ask for much more here at the 7th. He has hit a good one. Looks like he's going to have a go at it here at the par 5. His second shot. Put a birdie on the card here yesterday, don't forget. Locked in on the read and the speed. And it is down for an eagle. Now to the par 3 8th. And Frank, what's the best way to go here?
Hit your best, and then you're looking at making 2.
Well, this one should be safely on deck here. We just saw a player in total control of what he's doing. Didn't miss a green in regulation all day long. Always nice to be comfortably inside that cut line. The wily golf instructor makes birdie. Real golfers, by the way, do not eat tuna sandwiches at the turn. They eat a hot dog, right?
Well, yeah, but if you make a mess of 9, then you're making hamburgers.
Right out of the center of the bat.
Did you hear that?
Frank, that is position A.
Yeah, the tee shot was like silk, Rich. I mean, just sets up that second shot so beautifully.
Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special.
Appears to be a smart shot, Frank.
Yeah, no problem here. That's going to fly all the way.
That will be a great look at birdie. Birdie here yesterday. This putt again for birdie. In the heart. Well, that was a nearly flawless performance on the front side, but Frank, we know it's an 18-hole game, isn't it?
That's right. Now's not the time to pat yourself on the back.
Paying attention like a little kid at school, Frank. That baby's sitting up.
Sitting up? It's got the best view as well. You don't even need binoculars from where that ball is.
Ready for his second shot, trying to knock it on the green. Chance for birdie. always love to hear the sound at the bottom of the cup. Frank, like all TPC golf courses, TPC Boston has the fan in mind. So you see those mounds throughout the golf course that gives people a chance to just sit, relax, and watch some golf. And there's a nice shady spot on the hill behind the 11th.
Yeah, that's just before the 12th tee, and you really do get a look at the tee shots coming in 11, as well as little undulations and contours on that massive green. Great too.
Beautiful. Moving on now to the 12th, and Frank, describe this hole for us.
Sneaky good par 4. It's long enough, sort of that 450, 460 mark, bends a little to the left. Really, you want to be in the middle of the fairway here, because that second shot with the green just tilting towards the hazard, one of the toughest second shots you have on the golf course.
Now it's right in his wheelhouse, good position where he can attack the pin.
Yeah, he has all those options now. That ball's sitting up, you can bring it in high, you can bring it in low. The choice is yours. This looks like it's going to find the target.
Terrific golf shot. And now that for an easy birdie. See if he can go one better than yesterday when he made par. This putt for birdie. Frank, par 4 13. Just swing away with that big stick with the driver?
Big advantage if you've got another 10 or 15 yards left in the bag here. If you can carry that left side, you certainly shorten this hole up. Rich, there's great drivers of the ball. We've seen Norman, Necklace over the years, but that there is just excellent. Lovely full turn, plenty of power, and just piped it.
Made it look easy right there, and he's such a good-looking player. When he's dialed in, swinging the way he is right now, just a pleasure to watch. So the second of the par 4 goes begging, and now I'll have to rely on the short game.
But the short game, as we all know, can redeem a lot of mistakes. See if he does it here.
Wow, what a shot. Doesn't even need the putter. Frank, the 14th, this is a dogleg left, 495 yards. Another case where the driver will set everything up.
But you have to avoid those mounds on the left. They'll just snag your ball.
Good tee shot right in the fairway and plenty long. This will require a good one. This is a 190-yard second shot. Can't hide the flagstick from that man. You don't want to let this one get away. This is about concentration and focus at this point. Well, he's done it. That's an eagle right there. Tremendous effort. Settled over the ball here at the 15th, 421 yards on this par 4.
Uphill, you can see everything that you have to avoid. Find the green grass in between.
Good strike, good lie, good chance to attack the pin. And he's set up for his second shot here, looking to knock it on the green.
Oh, solid strike, right in the heart of the green.
Birdie try up next. Continuing to putt with confidence. Here we are at the 16th now, looking at just over 160 yards.
You can sense the fear, can't you?
Well, that is a ball-striking clinic right there. Another dazzling approach shot. Pretty close. Not a gimme, but well within his range. Good putt. Frank almost at the house, but still some work to do. 412-yard par 4 17.
Yeah, just poke something down that right side. Really, it's the second shot. You've got to worry about that big mound in the middle of the green.
Just a perfect drive here at 17. This has left him a good look at this hole. 80 yards to the pin here. Little wind at his back. Well, that is an exceptional shot on the green and in position for a birdie.
Yeah, it's a formality now.
Frank, the 18th here at TPC Boston has generated a lot of buzz through the years, hasn't it?
It has, and those chins, they've made that left side more severe. Now you can't bail out on the left. If you do, it's an awful little pitch or even a putt up the hill.
The addition of that putt bunker, Frank, how has that changed the hole?
Well, if you stray off the tee or find one of those bunkers with your tee shot, you really have to be aware of exactly the distance that little pot bunker is away. Because if you just sort of whack it out of the bunker and lay it up there, you find the next bunker, then you're in trouble.
That is classy.
All right, chance of going in.
Been pretty good all day from this distance, just trying to take care of business. Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. There you have it. The second round is complete. Another solid effort put together, and it shows on the scorecard.
And after 2 rounds, you really start to see not only who's playing well, but who's consistent.
NBC Golf Channel on EA Sports, in association with the PGA Tour, proudly presents the second leg of the FedEx Cup playoffs. Today, it's live third-round coverage of the Deutsche Bank Championship. Interesting, with the almost space-age advancements in golf equipment, what with new, lighter materials, and with the increased focus on fitness and strength, players are hitting the ball longer than ever. That has forced architects to lengthen the golf courses without sacrificing the integrity or the shot value of the original design. This hole's been good to him. Birdie yesterday, and trying for another one today. And he has it for birdie. Frank, they renovated the par 5 second back in 2010. What'd they do to the hole, and how does it play now?
Well, they changed the green, especially the left side. There's a huge mound there now. It's still a driver off the tee, but before you could bail out on the left side, You can't bail out anymore. It's a devilish of a chip over that mound.
Those chocolate drop mounds give the course a really nice look.
Yeah, they just pop. And you can see them, and you know that they're problematic.
Frank, that's as good as I have seen all day long.
I think we've got to blame that on the weather. That weather, the wind had to help that ball give it another 20, 30 yards.
Frank, he could make eagle right here with a really good approach shot.
Yeah, well within his reach, too. And, Rich, if we just sit back and relax here, I think we're going to see perhaps a very good look at eagle coming up.
Couldn't have done much better than that. An eagle is very possible. Just a couple of feet. He's made it. Nice to see a par 5 this early in the round. Gettable, Frank?
Yeah, good tee shot. Certainly a good chance here for going for this for 2. But if you stray with that tee shot, be careful on the layup. It gets really narrow up by the green.
This one's looking good. Boy, I'm reminded of what an old caddy used to say about the great Lanny Watkins when he was on fire. You can't hide the flagstick from that man. And he has it.
A good putt redeems all.
Frank, at 298 yards, the fourth is reachable for just about every professional. What might scare them off?
Well, that bunker on the left, that's really actually a chance to showcase your skills. And that's where you realize how much better professional golfers are. A good bunker play, especially on a hole like 4, and then you will get well rewarded.
This is a great place for a fan to watch, isn't it?
It is. You see so many different short shots around this green. The bunker shots from the left side, if you hit it over the back on the right, the little bump and run through the little valley in the green. Fun hole to watch.
Perfectly placed tee shot will set up an eagle opportunity, but then you see quite a few bogeys made here as well.
Yeah, if you stray a little bit, leave the ball too far short, then you have to play that pitch across the bunker. That's no fun.
Frank, the opening at TPC Boston, you could describe it as fun, gettable. It starts to change in character here at the 5th, doesn't it?
Yeah, beautiful par 4. You've got to be cognizant of exactly how far you can fly the ball, though, because there's 3 distinct sections of this green.
He has put himself in an excellent position with a beautiful tee shot. And now a good look at the green. Good looking shot right here. Just a superb shot.
You're not going to see much better than that all day today.
Getting set now over the putt. Continues to amaze. Yet another birdie. And what a day it's been. Ready now at the 6th. It is a tricky 465-yard par 4.
Yeah, hit it through the chute. Water comes into play a little bit down the left if you're a long hitter.
Outstanding tee shot.
Yeah, ball sitting up. You don't have to worry about the wind or anything there. You just take a full-blooded cut at the second shot from here.
Wow, Frank, he is dialed in.
Yeah, that was just some shot on that. Easy birdie.
Birdie here yesterday. This putt again for birdie. Beautifully done. That's a birdie. Seventh hole, Frank, is a muscular par 5, 600 yards. What's the way to play it?
Just tee it up and hit it as hard as you can. Get this one on the fairway here, then you've got no problem carrying.
Split the fairway with that. Just a gorgeous swing. Now the second shot to the par 5. Frank had hit the green, but just didn't have enough backspin.
You wonder what he was thinking on that.
And to generate some momentum here at the 7th hole, this for birdie. Good chunk of real estate here, 22 feet away. Well, you couldn't ask for much more than that, except to make it. Continues to hold that sizable lead on the rest of the field. Frank looking at the 8th, par 3 of 213 yards, obviously short, is trouble.
Yeah, that's where it's narrow. Ideally, you want to fly that ball more, sort of at least 10 or 12 yards onto this green, where it starts to widen up. Should be safely on deck.
Birdie try up next. Standing over this putt, concentrating on the read. Tough game, Frank. You can hit 300-yard drives and miss 3-foot putts.
Yeah, there's the ecstasy, and that's the agony.
This for par. You love to watch him disappear, don't you? Frank, I love a hot dog and a soda at the turn. How hard is it to take a giant bite out of this 9th hole? Looks tough.
It is. Everything sort of bends where those two bunkers are, and that was sort of 350 yards to get past that. And there's an annoying little bunker that's about 30 yards short of this green. So you have to be precise with both the first and the second shot.
Well, that was a beautiful drive, Frank. Really good position to take advantage.
Sitting up beautifully in the fairway.
Appears to be a smart shot, Frank.
Yeah, no problem here. That's going to fly all the way.
Just a case of a hole suiting the player's eye. Made the birdie yesterday, and he has a good chance to make another one today. Birdie here yesterday, trying to do it again today. And rolls it in. Nice putt. Well, that was a nearly flawless performance on the front side, but Frank, we know it's an 18-hole game, isn't it?
That's right. Now's not the time to pat yourself on the back. What a great shot.
Frank just continuing to make the game look easy.
This just shortens the whole golf course up when you can hit it that far.
Ready for his second shot, trying to knock it on the green. Oh, looked like he caught a flyer right there, Frank.
Well, I don't know what he caught, but this is way too much.
So the second of the par 4 goes begging, and now I'll have to rely on the short game.
Yeah, but a short game, as we all know, can redeem a lot of mistakes. See if he does it here.
Well, that's what separates the good players from the great players, the ability to get it that close from that kind of lie. Tough start to the backside, Frank.
Yeah, it doesn't bode well, too. You start losing confidence with the putter early on.
That's a bogey, but still in the lead.
We start to see shots in hand really valuable.
Well, Frank, this is a tasty par 3, 231 yards. The 11th is all you want.
Yeah, there's a mound in the middle of this green. You can use that, so you can either pitch the ball into that, let it roll back towards the flag, or Even if the flag's on the back, you make 3 here, just walk straight away to the 12th.
Appears to be tracking well. That is classy.
No chance of going in.
Just 5 feet left.
Rich, that just adds insult to injury to the rest of the field. Another birdie, and the gap even wider.
A sensational performance. 12th hole now, looking at 461 yards on this par 4.
It doesn't look like there's much trouble off the tee, and that's because the trouble's with the second shot, that hazard to the right of this green.
Excellent start off the tee. That's a great way to begin this hole. Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag.
Appears to be what they call a commercial play. Very solid. Had a birdie here yesterday in their close. Great opportunity for another one. He really likes this hole. Made birdie yesterday. Can he do it again today? Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. Ball's teed up at the par 4 13th.
And you want to keep that ball in the air as much as you can. Carry that air on the left side. That's a big tee shot, somewhere in that sort of 300-yard mark.
Paying attention like a little kid at school, Frank. That baby's sitting up.
Sitting up. It's got the best view as well. You don't even need binoculars from where that ball is.
Well, that is an exceptional shot on the green and in position for a birdie.
Yeah, it's a formality now.
Locked in on the read and the speed. Continues to amaze. Yet another birdie, and what a day it's been. Frank, the 14th, this is a dogleg left, 495 yards. Another case where the driver will set everything up.
But you have to avoid those mounds on the left. They'll just snag your ball. Rich, there's great drivers of the ball. We've seen Norman, Nicholas over the years, but that there is just excellent. Lovely full turn, plenty of power, and just piped it.
Made it look easy right there, and he's such a good-looking player. When he's dialed in, swinging the way he is right now, just a pleasure to watch. Really good distance control there, playing well to his strengths. Not a gimme, but well within his range. Making it look easy for eagle. Settled over the ball here at the 15th, 421 yards on this par 4.
Uphill, you can see everything that you have to avoid. Find the green grass in between. Powering, look at that, hanging in the sky.
That is an absolute seed. I mean, he just ripped a bullet down the fairway. Oh my goodness, 375 yards. This one looks like it's headed right for the middle of the dance floor, Frank.
Rather nice shot, I would say.
Just a beautiful approach shot. Oh, man.
Just pushed it.
Boy, that hurts. Could use this. A putt for par. continues to roll the ball very well. Frank, fishing is a nice sport, just not at this hole.
Yeah, a little left here, you'll be more than fishing, that's for sure. Now, there's a little mound on the right side. It's about twice the size of a coffee table. When the flag's there, you need your best.
Right there.
Oh, he's just making it look so easy. That birdie coming up, formality.
Birdie here yesterday. This putt again for birdie.
Good solid stroke there. No sign of nerves on that.
Frank, the 17th here at TPC Boston underwent quite a radical change.
Yeah, that renovation and that redesign that they did, it changed the character of the hole, but they still kept that big mound in the middle of the green. So that second shot is still punishing if you misjudge it.
And players nursing the lead, they might want to think about playing it safe down the right side, but if you're trying to make up some ground, you could try to fly the church pews that divide the fairway into two sections, and that would give you a nice short wedge in.
Yeah, give you a short wedge in, but really the risk, is it worth it?
And that's how you play the game, right there. Getting set now over the putt. Frank, the 18th here at TPC Boston, for whatever reason, generates quite a bit of buzz, doesn't it?
It does. The longer hitters, obviously, they lick their chops. They're having a chance to make this green in two. But if you find one of the fairway bunkers, the addition of that pot bunker for the layup, that just makes that decision that much more difficult.
Well, the tee shot has landed in the bunker. Frank, just a slight miss off the tee. He's in the fairway bunker.
Yeah, you just really got to pick the right club once again. Sometimes you take a little bit more club out of the fairway bunker, choke down.
His second shot. Really in control of this hole. Birdie yesterday and another opportunity on the way. These putts keep the round together. What a tremendous display of golf this has been. Frank, that front page of the leaderboard has been looking good all week.
You're exactly right, Rich. I think our winner is certainly going to come from that list right now. I'm excited for tomorrow's final round.
NBC Golf Channel on EA Sports, in association with the PGA Tour, proudly presents the second leg of the FedEx Cup playoffs. Today, it's live final round coverage of the Deutsche Bank Championship.
There's always advantage of hitting it further than most, Rich, and straighter than most. When you put the two together, it's just straight up a head start.
Sit down. Get down.
Oh, this is going.
Wow, lucky break right there, Frank.
Well, that's what everyone else is going to say, except him.
Settles in over the putt.
Great start.
Nice to see a par 5 this early in the round. Gettable, Frank?
Yeah, good tee shot. Certainly a good chance here for going for this for 2. But if you stray with that tee shot, be careful on the layup. It gets really narrow up by the green.
And that's going to stay on the fairway here at the second hole. Second shot. Good look at the green. Well, you can hear it right off the center of the club face. This has a chance to be close. Just a sensational shot, and he will have that for an eagle.
Amazing. Just like that, pick up 2 on the field.
So they'll tap in. Count that for eagle. So we started with a short par 4, then the par 5 second, now a par 3 here at the third, Frank.
Got an L-shaped green just protected by that bunker on the right, so be very careful where that flag's located.
Another good swing, and it looks like, Frank, another really good shot. I mean, really on top of his game right now. That was a splendid approach shot. Shouldn't be a problem here.
Virtually no error in that putting stroke. Good putt.
Here now with a par 4 fourth, and at just 298 yards. That's right, under 300 yards and a par 4. You thinking about driving the green?
Only the faint of heart won't go for this green.
Good strike, good lie, good chance to attack the pin. Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. The bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag.
Chance for birdie after that beautiful shot. Good roll. Back on the tee here at the fifth, Frank, this one is not drivable.
Oh, that's for sure. 2 bunkers. The one that most of the players really worry about is the one down the left side. 300 yards to carry that.
He has put himself in an excellent position with a beautiful tee shot. And now a good look at the green. Wow, Frank, he is dialed in.
Yeah, that was just some shot on there. Easy birdie.
Really not much to this. The only issue would be a lack of concentration or focus. And he has it for birdie. Sixth hole here at TPC Boston. Always a fan favorite. What do people like about it, Frank?
Well, it's like a goal kicker hole. There's these 2 big pine trees, and especially when you turn off that back tee. Hit it through that chute, avoid the 2 bunkers on the right, you're in prime position.
Frank, that one is long and it is straight.
Well, in baseball, that's a home run. In golf, that is a huge advantage over everybody else that plays the game. You imagine just teeing up on every hole knowing that you've got 20 or plus yards over your fellow competitors?
Good swing, good shot yet again.
You're not going to see much better than that all day today.
Birdie try again here today. And he has it.
A good putt redeems all.
This is a pretty sizable par 5 here, Frank, the 7th.
But it's reachable. There's some mounds down there. If you keep it down the right side, hopefully that tee shot can kick it a little forward. And then that green angled at about 45 degrees, very reachable.
Oh, he loves that one. You can see it. This one is high, it is deep, and it is gone. Now from a good position in the fairway, his second shot. Really good distance control there, playing well to his strengths. Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. Frank, looking at the 8th, par 3 of 213 yards, obviously short, is trouble.
Yeah, that's where it's narrow. Ideally, you want to fly that ball more, sort of at least 10 or 12 yards onto this green, where it starts to widen up.
Appears to be a smart shot, Frank.
Yeah, no problem here. That's going to fly all the way. And it was almost like that's what he wanted to do, but why would you want it to run over the back?
What a shot.
What are the chances of making it from there?
Hole number 9, Frank, 472 yards. Good par 4.
Yeah, if you blink, it'll catch you. There's something about a well-hit shot.
Good tee shot, right in the fairway and plenty long. Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. And this is a green light special. Surely not.
No problems there. Really good approach shot. Now, good looking birdie. Par yesterday, now for birdie. So the short miss, and those are painful. This is a 19-foot putt.
Never looked like missing.
Well, that was a nearly flawless performance on the front side, but Frank, we know it's an 18-hole game, isn't it?
That's right. Now's not the time to pat yourself on the back.
Well, that one is deep. Every bit of that ball. And he's set up for his second shot here, looking to knock it on the green.
This looks like it's going to find the target.
Good chance now for a birdie. That was an outstanding play.
Well, it's almost a guarantee there after that shot.
Birdie here yesterday. This putt again for birdie. Continues to amaze. Yet another birdie and what a day it's been. 11th hole here at TPC Boston. Frank, this is a stout par 3 at 231 yards.
Plays a little bit uphill, and that big gaping bunker just short right. Have to avoid that.
Just a beautiful approach shot. With a redemption chance here, had bogey yesterday. Great shot. Get the birdie. 12th hole now, looking at 461 yards on this par 4.
It doesn't look like there's much trouble off the tee, and that's because the trouble's with the second shot. That has it to the right of the screen.
And now it's right in his wheelhouse. Good position where he can attack the pin.
Yeah, he has all those options now. That ball's sitting up. You can bring it in high. You can bring it in low. The choice is yours.
Can't hide the flagstick from that man. Locked in on the read and the speed. Okay, no problem with that one. And another par 4 here at the 13th TPC Boston.
This is a slugger's paradise. Plays much longer than its 450 yards uphill. Big carry with the tee shot. That second shot's not exactly short either.
Nice drive, right in the fairway, and a good swing on that one. Second shot, good look at the green. Well, this one should be safely on deck here. And it makes the green in regulation. Frank, the 14th, a shortish 495-yard hole.
Only because it's downhill. If you can get that ball running down the fairway, then it certainly sets up a good second shot into this stout par 4.
Beautiful looking shot right here. Nice long tee shot there and a good lie, Frank. And he steps up to take this shot from the fairway. Frank, this really is kind of a good lesson. You and I had said earlier that it looked gloomy, but you dig in, you keep fighting, and something good happens.
You have to credit his composure.
Just a case of a hole suiting the player's eye. Made the birdie yesterday, and he has a good chance to make another one today. Making it look easy. Port Eagle. Now at the par 4 15th, what do you think of this hole, Frank?
I love the strategy involved here. It's not just necessarily a driver off the tee. Smart play often comes on top here because it's a second shot hole.
Frank, that ball's sitting up like it's on plush carpeting.
Rich, if you and I had lies like that every time, we'd still be playing this game for a living.
That was a solid strike and a good result. Settles in over the putt. Oh, he's going to love it. Great putt. Frank, I don't think they've come up yet with an EA Sports Bass Fishing Challenge, and this wouldn't be the time to do it, would it? 16th hole.
We might see a few people fishing for their golf ball, though. Big mound in the middle of this green. You don't have to go directly at the flag when it's on the left. You can use that mound to kick the ball around.
Well, that is an exceptional shot on the green and in position for a birdie.
Yeah, it's a formality now.
Made par yesterday. This one for birdie. He's made it. All right, you want to bring it home in style. You want to finish with a flourish. 412-yard, par 4 17th. What's the way to play it?
Just head it down the right side. You don't really want to mess with that sort of rock crop bunkers down the left side. All sorts of bad things happen if you finish there.
He has put himself in an excellent position with a beautiful tee shot. And now a good look at the green. Seems to like it. Looks like it's headed for the green. Just a pure strike. A perfect result. He'll have a good look at birdie now. Trying to make yet another birdie. Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. On to the 18th and a big par 5 to finish out the round.
Yeah, fun way. Let's see. Course record 61. What can you do here?
Well, Frank, this is really one of the most exciting finishing holes on tour. The 18th here at TPC Boston, par 5, risk-reward, chance to really make something happen right at the end. Good tee shot, good lie, and now a good chance to take advantage here on this hole. Frank, he could make eagle right here with a really good approach shot.
Yeah, well within his reach, too. And, Rich, if we just sit back and relax here, I think we're going to see perhaps a very good look at eagle coming up.
Superb shot.
Yeah, it's as good as it's going to get. There's going to be no worries about making that one.
To win the Deutsche Bank Championship. That is how you jumpstart a round with an eagle.
Rich, it came down to just a shot or two here or there, but we were treated to some amazing golf this week.
Just one player standing. That was earned, well-deserved, beautifully played. EA Sports, in association with the PGA Tour, proudly presents the third leg of the FedEx Cup playoffs. Today, it's live opening round coverage of the Orlando Classic. Frank, that's as good as I have seen all day long.
I think we've got to blame that on the weather. That weather, the wind had to help that ball give it another 20, 30 yards.
This is a good-looking shot. Wow, Frank, he is dialed in.
Yeah, that was just some shot on that. Easy birdie.
You don't want to let this one get away. This is about concentration and focus at this point.
Well, sneaking into contention here with that birdie.
Top 15 now on the leaderboard. Back to the action here at the second and a par 3. Frank, it's 231 yards. What are we looking at?
Well, somehow, if you can hit it sky high, that's the best shot to hit in there. This green sometimes gets brick hard, and of course, it all slopes to the left.
This one has a chance to be close. So on the putting surface, and taking a good look now at this birdie putt here at the second. Frank going for another birdie here.
Just to get on a real roll. How did that not go in?
Well, there's an opportunity wasted.
Just knock it in for a par, and let's forget about this one. Golf is not about perfect, but it's going to hurt the course.
Frank, now to the third hole, and where's the trouble here? That's fairly obvious, isn't it?
Yeah, and that's one thing you don't want to remind yourself of. There's a bunker all the way down the right side. That's a good place to aim.
Good strike, good lie, good chance to attack the pin. Frank, this is one of my favorite shots on the course here at Bay Hill, the second at number 3. Just a superb shot.
You're not going to see much better than that all day today.
Just a couple of feet. Needs a few more of those. That was a good birdie.
Yeah, this time that one gets him in the top 10.
And we pick up action at the 4th. Couple of birdies already on the card. Still early, Frank, but we've seen some solid play.
This is exactly how you want to start the first round of the tournament, Rich.
It's nice to roll in a 25-footer now and then. Those feel good. But still, there's nothing like hitting that perfect tee ball. Long and straight.
Yeah, you can puff out your chest, last to play, the advantage, holes shorter. Basically, the list goes on.
That one ends up in the rough.
That went sideways.
He'll need to be strong with this.
I mean, this skill, and that was sublime.
Just good hands, coming out of the rough, able to manage the distance, and now in great position. Setting himself up for a good weekend, the Wiley golf instructor makes his birdie. 5th hole at Bay Hill. Frank, this is a chance to employ some course management as opposed to maybe brute strength. What do you think?
Yeah, rather soft par 4. No water here, but bunker down the left and bunker down the right. Pinches into that corner. So if you're a little wayward, an iron here is not a bad idea. Well, par 4s are not all the same, Rich, but after that tee shot, I guess you can say this one's going to be easy.
That was a beauty right there. And it makes the green in regulation. Been pretty good all day from this distance, just trying to take care of business. That's a good birdie right there, and to 4 under par for the championship. Frank, this is a big, brawny par 5, and it can be menacing just looking at it from the tee with all of that water.
It's also tempting, reachable for the longer hitters, unless your name's John Daly, who took a whopping 18. So better than that, you're better than John Daly.
I don't see what's wrong with 18. If you break it down, that's 3 pars and an eagle. That's pretty good.
It is, but you're still playing the same hole.
Up with the big boys now, Frank.
Well, we saw that previous tee shot go 310. This one's further. Well, there's a big green, and they're going to use every inch of it.
You can't hide the flagstick from that man.
He is just unbelievable. That never deviated offline.
This is a pretty good performance right here. 6 under for the tournament. Breathing a sigh of relief. You've made it through the par 5 without getting wet. Now you're at this par 3 7th, Frank.
You've got to guarantee a carry at least 7 or 8 yards onto the green, because that's where that bunker is on that right. It cuts in 7 yards.
Like a machine out there. Another green in regulation.
Right. This is an awkward length. Oh, another one goes in.
Frank, how about the 8th par 4, one of the more intriguing setups?
Ideally, you want to just work your tee shot away from that bunker. But this is one fairway you must hit, because it's one of the toughest second shots on the golf course.
Well, that's the way you draw it up here at the 8th. You want to get it out there. He's done that, and he's kept it in the fairway. Second shot, good look at the green. That's a solid shot here into the 8th hole, and a good chance now for another birdie. Not a gimme, but well within his range. Moves to -8. Finishing up here on the front side at Bay Hill with a lengthy par 4. What's the key, Frank?
Well, the hole's relatively flat, but the rough on the right comes into play. If you can carry that ball 300 yards, then just take it in over the bunker.
Now it's right in his wheelhouse. Good position where he can attack the pin.
Yeah, he has all those options now. That ball's sitting up. You can bring it in high. You can bring it in low. The choice is yours.
It should be pretty good right there. On the safe side. What a display of shot making this has been, Frank.
That incredible approach shot there. The easiest of birdies coming up.
Really hitting on all cylinders now. 9 under for the tournament. Well, that was a nearly flawless performance on the front side, but Frank, we know it's an 18-hole game, isn't it?
That's right. Now's not the time to pat yourself on the back.
Frank, that one is long, and it is straight.
Well, in baseball, that's a home run. In golf, that is a huge advantage over everybody else that plays the game. You imagine just teeing up on every hole knowing that you've got 20 or plus yards over your fellow competitor.
Good chance now for a birdie. That was an outstanding play.
Oh, it's almost a guarantee there after that shot.
Really not much to this. The only issue would be a lack of concentration or focus. Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. Now to the par 4 11th, just a shade under 440 yards. Where are the difficulties here?
It's semi-horseshoe fashion. 2 bunkers down the right. They always catch the straight tee shot. But once again, you don't have to hit driver here. You've got to get that ball in play. Rich, there's great drivers of the ball. We've seen Norman, Nicholas over the years, but that there is just excellent. Lovely full turn, plenty of power, and just piped it.
Made it look easy right there, and he's such a good-looking player. When he's dialed in, swinging the way he is right now, just a pleasure to watch. Just a pure strike and a perfect result. He'll have a good look at birdie now. Wow, I thought he made that.
Just a fraction too aggressive. Remember, line and speed go together.
Sometimes you want that birdie so badly, and all of a sudden you're faced with a lot of work, more work than you had hoped for, just to make the par. Frank, 574-yard par 5. Scoring opportunity here?
The breeze behind, once again, a reachable par 5. The hardest thing about this hole really is the green. It's raised up a little bit, slopes off on either side.
What a drive. Just tattooed that. Playing his second shot here at the par 5. Headed for the bunker? That one is in the bunker. All right, so greenside bunker. What's he looking to do with this shot, Frank?
Well, really you have to look at the amount of green you got to play with. You don't have to try and fly the ball right by the flag. Allow it to run. Plus, if you can get it to run like a putt, you never know, it might just go in.
Great execution. Right out of the bunker and right next to the hole. Shouldn't be a problem here. So early on the backside here at the 12th hole, missed opportunity. So a tester from 4 feet. Ten under par on the day. Par 4 13th, Frank, you've played it on a number of occasions. How do you attack this hole?
Really one of the shortest on the golf course, but this is a fool's paradise here. There's a lot of things that can go wrong. This is not heading in the right direction.
Well, it looks like it's going to be in the rough. Long drive, but a bad lie.
Wicked.
He'll need to be strong with this. Appears to be what they call a commercial play. Very solid. Wow, Frank, he is dialed in.
Yeah, that was just some shot on that. Easy birdie.
He'd love to get this one. Big putt for birdie. Pretty much doing everything right this week. 11 under for the tournament. Frank, I like a good par 3 over 200 yards, requiring that one good, clean strike. And here's a good case in point, 216 yards, all you want.
Yeah, bunkered at the back, bunkered to the left side, a little collection area to the right. So really, in the end, you've got one choice. That's hit your best.
Superb shot.
That's as good as it's going to get. There's going to be no worries about making that one.
Continues to amaze. Yet another birdie. And what a day it's been. At the 15th hole now at Bay Hill, this is a massive dogleg, Frank.
Yeah, if you're a Bubba Watson type player and you can move the ball around, you can move it left to right, that'll certainly help the tee shot. If you're average Joe, though, just hit it down the left. Take your medicine.
Well, those are good numbers right there. 320, 320 yards. Just crushed it in the fairway. That is a tremendous shot right there. Touch, nerve, had it all. And he has the bottom of the barrel. The Bay Hill Club and Lodge features a really exciting finishing stretch. 16 is a reachable par 5. You'll see eagles and birdies there coming home. 17, a very difficult par 3 over the water. The bunker is there. Takes an excellent shot. And then 18 is all you want. We know that with the water in front. That second shot, which comes over the lake, and that's a hold-your-breath moment. It is a great finishing 3-hole stretch at Bay Hill. And it makes the green in regulation. Goes in over the putt. And it is down for an eagle. Frank, deep into a round, par 3 17th, water, bunkers, long shot. What are you thinking as you're stepping on this tee?
You just take 3 and move to 18.
This is a good-looking shot. Boy, I'm reminded of what an old caddy used to say about the great Lanny Watkins when he was on fire. You can't hide the flagstick from that man.
Well read.
You know, Tiger was born on the same day as LeBron James, December 30th. And he's had his share of slam dunks, especially on the 18th hole here at Bay Hill.
Yeah, he's just a perfect fit for the golf course. You'd think every now and again he fears left, but he doesn't fear left at Bay Hill. We've seen his best golf over the years, over the last 15 or so years. To win there 8 times, nobody's come close to that. Ernie Els, one of the great players in the world, has won it twice.
Appears to be a smart shot, Frank.
Yeah, no problem here. That's going to fly all the way.
Terrific golf shot. And now, that for an easy birdie. Just 5 feet left. Not a problem from there. Right in the middle. Frank, you surprised to see that name on top of the leaderboard?
I am surprised to see the name, but not that style of golf leading. It was great performance, especially tee to green. You don't often see people start that quickly.
EA Sports, in association with the PGA Tour, proudly presents the third leg of the FedEx Cup playoffs. Today, it's live second-round coverage of the Orlando Classic. Excellent opening tee shot. That ball right in the fairway. Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special.
Well, that's how you play the game, right there. Birdie try again here today.
good start.
Back to the action here at the Bay Hill Club and Lodge. Second hole, it is a pretty demanding par 3, Frank.
Goal really is to just carry that front bunker or sneak it a little right of that and try and cheat it around.
So on the putting surface, and taking a good look now at this birdie putt here at the second. See if he can get something going here. 2 straight birdies. That was a good-looking putt, just not falling right now.
Sadly, he's going to be disappointed.
Well, you couldn't ask for much more than that, except to make it. Really not much to this. The only issue would be a lack of concentration or focus. That's how you maintain momentum. Make those putts for par. Par 4 third here at Bay Hill. This is a hole where you do not want to miss left. 434 yards and plenty of water.
Don't look left, don't hit it left, don't play left, don't go left.
Frank, he is one of the longest hitters in the game, but at some point, you have to hit a fairway.
Yeah, he's certainly not the straightest. I think that was the bit you're going to put in the middle.
So in the first cut here, it could be worse. That should be pretty good right there, on the safe side. Well, that's what the great ones do. From the rough, they use their skill and their strength to get it out and get it close. And he has it.
A good putt redeems all.
Rich Lerner with Frank Nobilo back at the 4th hole here at Bay Hill. This is the first par 5 on the golf course. 561 yards. You thinking birdie here, Frank?
No, you certainly are. Perhaps even 3. This is almost ramrod straight, little hazard down the right side. But a good one, you can certainly get home for 2.
Good tee shot right in the fairway and plenty long. Didn't check, Frank.
Yeah, just not enough spin on that, really. I mean, that almost like took that first bounce and just ricocheted forward.
Frank, tricky little third shot here at the par 5 4th.
Especially if you don't have a full number, because there's just that little mound in the middle of the green. If you get on the wrong side of that, instantly you can be 30, 40 feet away. So check where the flag is. Is it front? Is it back? And then try and land it in that section.
He really likes this hole. Made birdie yesterday. And he'll do it again today. Frank, this is the kind of start every player wants.
Yeah, swinging it well. Certainly hitting the ball in the right place there. And, yeah, good thing, too. He's actually putting well. Whoop, this is taken off on a weird line.
And it's going to be in the rough, it looks like. Getting set for this next shot from the rough, what does the player need to be careful of here, Frank?
Well, this is where we're going to see exactly how good they are because, you know, that's not exactly the best lie, but it's sort of doable if you know what you're doing.
Put a birdie on the card here yesterday, don't forget. And getting ready for the putt. Everybody loves him. Birdie on the card. Frank, back in 1998, by any chance, do you remember exactly how many golf balls John Daly hit into the water at the 6th?
It was half a dozen. Half a box of golf balls. long and straight.
That's how you do it. Good tee shot, right in the short grass. Frank, how impressive has this round been considering the strong winds?
Oh, it's remarkable, Rich. You look at everybody else out there struggling. This has been a round to savour.
Well, look out. This could be wet, Frank.
It's heading towards the hazard.
Just averted danger right there. So close.
Why does he have all the luck?
Frank, I'm not saying he should pull out driver here, but this is a long putt.
Greens are fast, though. You never know. Good line, good pace. Might have never looked like missing.
Frank, talk to us about the 6th hole.
I don't want to. It's too difficult.
Why not?
It's too hard. It's too difficult. John Daly made 18.
But that's not such a bad score. If you break it down, that's...
Break it down for one hole. It
three
broke him
pars
down.
and an eagle. And this is looking really good. Just an incredible shot. That is a very makeable putt after a great approach. Well played. That's good work by the former PGA teaching professional, one of the best instructors in the country, with a birdie, and now inside the cut line. Let's move on to the 8th, and Frank, what's ahead here?
Big par 4, just over 450 yards. Ideally, you want to get it down by that bunker where it's nice and flat, because that second shot, you know what's coming up.
Well, that's the way you draw it up here at the 8th. You want to get it out there. He's done that, and he's kept it in the fairway. Frank, this is a pretty good par 4, the 8th. What about the approach shot?
Such intimidating second shot here at 8. I think it's the best one on the golf course, Rich. You can see very quickly why the goal is to hit your second shots nice and high and get them to land soft. This is what you have to do with your second at 8.
That will be a great look at birdie. Birdie here yesterday. This putt again for birdie. Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. Final hole now of the front side. It's a 474-yard par 4. And Frank, you've played it before. What works best here?
Well, ideally, a nice little draw off the tee. The hole's quite weird because the tee shot shapes to the left, and yet the green goes the other way.
And now it's right in his wheelhouse. Good position where he can attack the pin.
Yeah, he has all those options now. With that ball sitting up, you can bring it in high, you can bring it in low. The choice is yours.
Good swing, good shot yet again. Well, that is an exceptional shot on the green and in position for a birdie.
Yeah, it's a formality now.
Continues to amaze. Yet another birdie, and what a day it's been. Back in Orlando, Florida at the Bay Hill Club and Lodge, getting set for the second 9. Frank, how do you get off to a good start?
Well, Rich, it's one of the shortest par 4s really at Bay Hill. 3 bunkers, but as long as you avoid those, it's a great birdie opportunity. Rich, that tee shot there has shortened up this hole considerably. It's made a tough par 4 into, well, we'll see, but it looks like a very birdieable hole now.
You hit it right where you want. Now he has a good chance to attack that hole location. Okay, 20 feet, not too bad. And it's a long way to the hole from here. Never easy. Kind of a tricky read. This one just requires a little bit of focus. Oh, I thought he had that.
Whoa, that was unexplainable. I thought that was easily going to be a par.
Now we'll have to focus, try to make bogey. And he makes it for a bogey here. Frank, 440-yard par 4 11th. You see that number on the card, you think driver. Maybe not. Why?
Yeah, it's imperative you hit the fairway here, Rich. Water obviously in play left, 2 bunkers on the right. This is a second shot hole.
That is tasty looking right there, Frank. Just a perfect spot in the fairway.
That is prime real estate. How do you get a lie like that? Seriously, you could hit any club from there.
Nice approach shot. He'll be happy with that. Birdie try again here today. Had a nice birdie on this hole yesterday. Very well done. Almost made it.
Yeah, there'll be no stress for the next one. Virtually no error in that putting stroke. Good putt.
Teeing it up here on the 12th, 574-yard par 5, Frank.
Another one that's reachable, obviously long and straight. That rough down the right side, though, is normally very thick. Avoid the 2 bunkers, lots of contours and undulations around this green.
Wow, Frank, look at that one run out. Just blistered that tee shot.
That has to be 325 if it's an inch. Looks like it's heading for the bunker.
Into the tall cabbage. That ball is swallowed up. Ball sitting down here in the rough. He's digging in. Birdie try up next. Frank, this is a player in full flight right now.
It looks too easy right now.
Frank, the par 4 13th, relatively short, but not necessarily easy.
Yeah, stringent tee shot. A lot of people are tempted to take a bigger club off the tee. 300 yards runs out of the fairway, but really, what does that give you in?
Not on the fairway here. This could be a tough shot coming up next. Second shot coming out of the rough here. This is a good-looking shot. Well, that's what the great ones do. From the rough, they use their skill and their strength to get it out and get it close. That has to feel good. That's a birdie. Frank, now to the 14th of par 3, and how difficult is this hole?
Once again, very narrow entry into the green, so ideally you want to fly the ball a little higher than normal, make it soft, make it land a little softer. Not too bad. It's about 23 feet away.
He didn't hit the flagstick, but he still has a chance. Well, you couldn't ask for much more than that, except to make it. So a tester from 4 feet. So has the par. Moving on to the next hole, and the lead, Frank, is very much intact. Frank, deep in the round at the 15th, you need to maybe make something happen. How difficult is that with such a huge dog leg here?
Once again, make sure you know the distance to carry the bunker or run out. You've got to play to your strength.
315. Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special.
Just a case of a hole suiting the player's eye. Made the birdie yesterday, and he has a good chance to make another one today. And he has it.
A good putt redeems all.
We've seen guys through the years blow the tournament right on this hole.
Yeah, if you get a little too greedy here, you try and make eagle. It's sometimes with a good tee shot, it's an easy 4, but a 3 brings 7 into play.
That's an absolute tracer right there. In the fairway and well over the par 5, his second shot. That should be pretty good right there. On the safe side. Big swing right there. A great result. And now a chance for a big swing in momentum with an eagle coming up. Well, he's done it. That's an eagle right there. Tremendous effort. Frank, par 3 17th here at Bay Hill. How difficult is this hole?
This one takes your best tee shot, Rich. Otherwise, you're just looking at 4 or 5.
Oh, can't hide the flagstick from that man.
Second shot.
Doing what needs to be done. You need to make them from that distance. 2008, Frank, Tiger made that 25-foot putt right here at the 18th, final round to beat Bart Bryant by a shot. Then again, for a second straight year, he birdied this hole to defeat Sean O'Hare.
Yeah, he's had a similar putt there at least 3 or 4 times, actually, to win the event. And he's been one of the few players to read it correctly.
Right where they were aiming, in the fairway. Frank, I just love this second shot here at 18. We've seen it so many times. We've seen some great moments, and we've seen some very unfortunate ones as well.
It scares the living daylights out of even the best players in the world.
No putter, no problem. Slams that into the cup. Frank, now one of the signature holes here at Bay Hill, 18.
Hole's got a little easier over the years with the new equipment. People getting it out there a little further, so you've got a shorter club in, but you've got to be wary of that run out on the right side.
EA Sports in association with the PGA Tour, proudly presents the third leg of the FedEx Cup playoffs. Today, it's live third-round coverage of the Orlando Classic. Welcome to the King's Palace, Arnold Palmer's Bay Hill Club and Lodge, Frank, right in the heart of Orlando, Florida.
Yeah, for so long it has been the showcase for Florida golf. Of course, the King's Palace, and it has produced many a great champion over the years.
For those of you just tuning in, we're checking in on our featured golfer here at the first. Frank, time for the third round and time for a good start.
That's right. 2 rounds in the bag. And what will today have to offer?
Good strike, good lie, good chance to attack the pin. Now the approach here at number 1, Frank, what's he looking at?
A nice high, soft landing second shot would be ideal here. There's a little bit of a ridge in this green. Don't really want to be going long here. Those 2 bunkers, never easy coming out of those and downhill.
Wow, Frank, he is dialed in.
Yeah, that was just some shot in there. Easy birdie. How did that not go in?
Man.
He just pushed it.
And that hurts. Just a couple of feet. Got it for par. Back to the second hole here at Bay Hill. Frank, long par 3.
And that green slopes so much from right to left, so you can actually use the contours of the green here.
This one has a chance to be close. Had a birdie here yesterday in their close. Great opportunity for another one. This for another birdie on this hole on the week. Continues to roll it very well all day long. Now to the par 4 third, picturesque and difficult hole, Frank.
It might be picturesque, but it's certainly not for the faint of heart. This is going to take your best swing.
Water all down the left side. Excellent position, just a huge shot. Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. The bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag.
What a display of shot making this has been, Frank.
That incredible approach shot there. The easiest of birdies coming up.
Simple, solid, and he'll take it.
But one that you need to make.
561 yard, par 5 fourth. Frank, a chance to make 4 and maybe even an eagle 3.
Yeah, that green's just raised a little bit. So if you had a good drive in there and you're going with a slightly shorter club, big advantage.
Nice drive, right in the fairway, and a good swing on that one. Second shot coming up here at the par 5. Good looking shot right here.
Rich, I thought he could get this close.
That just is amazing. Just a mind blower right there. Absolutely incredible. He made the shot. 5th hole at Bay Hill. Frank, this is a chance to employ some course management as opposed to maybe brute strength. What do you think?
Yeah, rather soft par 4. No water here, but bunker down the left and bunker down the right. Pinches into that corner. So if you're a little wayward, an iron here is not a bad idea.
Come on, that's not even human. That's ridiculous. That is 350 plus yards. On the green, and looking at a birdie opportunity. Good chance here. Currently at 5 under par. Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. Frank, the 6th hole here at Bay Hill, this is not the hole you want to be playing if you have a case of the snap hooks, is it?
No, the snap hooks, you'll never leave the tee. Dozen balls, you'll still be going.
This is some drive. I'm reminded of the old Phillies baseball announcer, Harry Callis, who used to say, "That ball is out of here." This hole really sets up well for the player. Birdie yesterday, and a chance for another one today. Really not much to this. The only issue would be a lack of concentration or focus. Now at the par 3-7, Frank, it's just under 200 yards.
It's still quite daunting. A very narrow entry on that left side. So you've got to hit the ball flush off the tee. Really guarantee a carry of that over that right bunker. So it's still a daunting tee shot.
Oh, this could be good. Good chance now for a birdie. That was an outstanding play.
Oh, it's almost a guarantee there after that shot.
Count that. That's a birdie. Getting ready to tee off here at the 8th. Frank, this hole has it all. Dogleg, bunkers, water. How do you successfully navigate it?
It's such a pretty looking hole, Rich. That bunker down the left just sort of pops out and you see it. So you can either work it off that to the right, either that or just aim a little right. But be careful of those trees on the right.
Well, that's the way you draw it up here at the 8th. You want to get it out there. He's done that, and he's kept it in the fairway. Frank, as we look at the approach shot here at the 8th, no doubt a player would be happy to walk out of here with a par.
Oh, no doubt about that at all. Really, you want to judge your second shot to land somewhere in the middle of the screen. Don't really want to be missing with the front. If you have a little look, you'll see why.
He really likes this hole. Made birdie yesterday. Can he do it again today?
What was the tricky one that it's in?
Rounding out the front 9 here at Bay Hill, 474-yard par 4. Frank, you've played this hole before. Where are you lining up when you step onto the tee here?
There's an out of bounds all the way down the left side that you have to be cognizant of. But that bunker, 290 yards carries it. And yet again, another hole that favors the long hitter. Oh, that was sweet. Straight down the middle.
Second shot. Good look at the green. Appears to be what they call a commercial play. Very solid. That would be a great look at birdie. Not a gimme, but well within his range. Okay, no problem with that one. Just a superb performance on the front side. He's hoping to keep it going here on the back 9, Frank.
The game is so much easier when you're swinging well, putts are going in. Really, you've just got to keep out of your own way.
That is tasty looking right there from just a perfect spot in the fairway.
That is prime real estate. How do you get a line like that? Seriously, you can hit any club from there.
Can't hide the flagstick from that man. This one just requires a little bit of focus. Continues to amaze. Yet another birdie, and what a day it's been. Another par 4 here, the 11th. It's just under 440 yards. This time, there's water looming left and then bunkers on the right-hand side. It's a pretty good challenge, Frank.
This hole's very similar to the third hole on the front side. 2 bunkers down the right side. Just got to keep it a little left. You don't have to hit driver here. Rich, there's great drivers of the ball. We've seen Norman, Necklace over the years, but that there is just excellent. Lovely full turn, plenty of power, and just piped it.
Made it look easy right there, and he's such a good-looking player. When he's dialed in, swinging the way he is right now, just a pleasure to watch. Can't wait to write those on the card. One below par. Chalk it up. It's a birdie. Frank, 574-yard par 5. Scoring opportunity here?
The breeze behind, once again, a reachable par 5. The hardest thing about this hole really is the green. It's raised up a little bit, slopes off on either side.
You knew it right away. Picked up the tee, didn't even look at it. We can see it. It's perfect. Right down the middle of the fairway.
There's a bunker over there.
I think he's headed for it. That one is in the bunker. Frank, there's nothing like catching a bunker shot just perfectly. Splashes out, lands softly, and just runs up to that hole.
Yeah, it's like 3D. There's the component in the strike, where it's going to land, and then the third part of it is how much will it roll.
They par yesterday. This one for birdie. At the par 4 13th now, this is a hole, Frank, that requires some smart club selection. What are the options here?
Yeah, very sneaky par 4. That bunker on the right is 250 yards or so off the tee. So you've either got a choice to play short of that or sneak it down the end, which is about 300 yards.
Good news is, he was able to retrieve the golf ball.
Yeah, on dry land, and can he carry it this time now?
Third shot now, after the last one found the deep blue.
You can still minimize the damage here. It's only one bad shot that you got punished for.
Seems to like it. Looks like it's headed for the green. That's how the best in the world play it, Frank.
Well, I'd say a little lucky that it went in, but it was always going to be close.
Frank, one of the things I like about Bay Hill is it requires you to hit clean, strong golf shots. And here's another case at the par 3 14th. It's more than 200 yards.
Another one, really, you've just got to play it through the air. You can't play this like an Open Championship run-up par 3. Must fly it onto the green.
Appears to be a smart shot, Frank.
Yeah, no problem here. That's going to fly all the way.
You can't hide the flagstick from that man.
He is just unbelievable, that never deviated offline.
Standing over this putt, concentrating on the read. No problems there.
Yeah, keeps the round going, keeps the momentum on his side.
Frank, the 15th, kind of a fun golf hole if you can curve your ball. I mean, that's a huge dogleg to the right, isn't it?
Yeah, it's much easier if you're a right-hander if you cut it down here. If you don't cut it, then make sure you don't run out down that left side. But it'll be what? 300 meters, 325 yards, something like that.
Try up next. These putts keep the round together. Frank, we have said it over and over. Another birdie. Frank, this is a great hole late in the round. Par 5 and a chance to really make up some ground or extend the lead. I mean, you can make some things happen here.
Shortest of the 4 par 5s and reachable for just about everyone. But really, it's the second shot. The better the tee shot, the easier you make that second shot.
That's a good start to the hole, right down the middle. Frank, this is really one of the fun spots on the golf course. The second shot here to the par 5 16.
It is. It's a cool vista when you're hitting that second shot across the lake. Another high-hanging second shot is really the way to play it. That flag on the left, you've got to make sure you take enough club to at least carry the front third of this green.
Couldn't have done much better than that. An eagle is very possible. Just a couple of feet. Oh, dude, that's an eagle. Always like this par 3, Frank. Par 3 17th. Let me amend that. I like watching the best in the world play it because it can be daunting, especially with the pressure ratcheted up.
When they have the tournament on, this green is brick hard. A little bit downhill. That's about the only advantage you get. Oh, solid strike right in the heart of the green.
Just a pure strike. A perfect result. He'll have a good look at birdie now. It's a big putt right here for birdie. Wow, that was so close, Frank.
Just time to forget that one. I mean, couldn't hit that much better.
Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. Frank, this is a stout finishing hole, the 18th, isn't it?
Yeah, it finishes that great run of 16, 17, and 18, and so many times we've seen disaster and triumph just on those final 3 holes. There's something about a well-hit shot.
He has just hammered this drive here at the 18th, and now he is in a really good position to make a birdie here in the final hole. Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag.
And that's how you play the game, right there.